So yeah, we finally threw up this here cheap, it's just kind of a plastic trellis netting. You can get it in a package for about 100, I think it's 150 feet long. So it went all the way around the outside of this hedge. Finally kept the deer out. Pulling this up from over here. Fiberglass post. Over there, time being. There's our little gate. Come in through over here now. So, of course, I'm a little behind on trimming the hedge there, but it's all good. Hey, get out of the way. We'll check out the old garden. Not as good as sometimes, but still not too bad. Kind of changed the design a little bit this year with the angled rows instead of just long straight rows. I don't know, it's hit or miss. I go over here, the giant pumpkins, pretty minimal. Definitely not giant, but there's still a chance. And a couple of these jalapeno plants. Looking pretty nice in there. These here, really nice size. Just cutting up some my old big trellis fence, making some other miscellaneous cages out of those. Mainly for the tomato plants. You can't hardly get a cage, tomato cage that's big enough for anything. So, let's take these old wire cattle panel, gotta fold them up a little. This wouldn't have a super heavy duty cage. Really, you're never gonna bend that one with a tomato plant. Same with these short ones, hog panel, I guess they call it. A little bit shorter, but they're so long and cumbersome, can't hardly do anything. Let's cut it. I'll cut 2/3 off and make the one tomato cage, and the other 1/3 makes a pepper cage. I like this one here is kind of bent up. Let's go for a big double. So whatever. Still cut it in half someday. Make 2 small ones. Easier to manage for moving around. But yeah, then the apple tree has been kind of interesting. Especially this one. One cluster up there. Not real sure if that was mainly from the bees or also the fact that I never really cut off the suckers that were growing on this tree. So, you know, like some of them were just tiny little apples, like those clusters up there. Real nice. But yeah, it kind of looks like this branch would have been from that main tree, that main trunk. Oh, these are probably just suckers. Not really meant to do too good. These are all real small, fairly small. Back here, kind of a lot too. See, this other tree pretty well dumped all of its apples in the last couple weeks. Some of these apples are real big, real nice sized. So, in any event, a little behind on trimming the hedge and well, basic maintenance, but that's a good thing. Nice grow year. Pretty crazy. This grass is still so green down here. All year. Something jumping through the trees back there. Must be some deer. Yeah, the giant pumpkins didn't really do anything. Then have the small, well, dude, different. I think there's a couple of varieties of small pumpkins down here. That really took off nicely. I have this old set of scaffolding that was just had in the shed, and then this old fence gate. Makes for a nice heavy duty trellis. These kind of really filled in the whole thing. And of course, a few cherry tomatoes mixed in. They don't want to miss out. Yeah, it was pretty late to get my big tomato cages up. So that's part of the reason why these tomatoes are all, the plants all gnarly and stuff, because they're all kind of sprawled up, knotted up in themselves, and now I just spread them out today, you know, pull them out, leave them in their new home. And I think even probably a bigger problem is, I don't know if it's the blight. All these tomatoes are not looking super good anymore. whatever, just a garden, nothing to stress out about, I guess. Yeah, it's been kind of fun just letting set up this extra gate here because they're really taking off. But turning into kind of a nice photo opportunity back there, I guess. Should probably do guess how many pumpkins. I don't even know. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe at least 50, probably, maybe 100. But like I say, you never really know. Last year, I think I got like 8. Got a few crews. This basil, pretty big too. Of course, it's all flowered out and whatnot, but bees really seem to enjoy it. And someday we'll dig up this here sweet potato hill. I don't know if it's about 6 or maybe 8 plants in this. And of course, the actual vine or the upper part of the plant just kind of turns into a vine, and then the potato would be underground. Quite a bit different than a regular potato as far as the upper side of the plant, I guess. So this will be year 2 on sweet potato experiment for me. This apple tree back here is kind of funny. I don't know, I think it's called Jonathan Dwarf. I meant the tree would be a dwarf, but apples are a dwarf too, apparently. Apparently. It's nice clusters though. But yeah, one of these days here now I'll get out, get my window opened up again. Back into this pumpkin monster. There's a few down here in the ground. I suppose. I guess maybe because the bees are a lot easier access for the flowers up there or what, but just a ton of, somewhat of a ton of them. But yeah, it's been kind of nice that I finally put up that trellis out there, and I mean it was about 2 weeks ago already that I watered in the garden, or rototilled in the garden. Not really seeing any deer footprints. Yeah, check out this trellis real quick. Like I say, this edge, obviously that's a different story. Been working on that for a lot of years, but they're still able to kind of just walk right through here and there. So now, trellis between the two things, you know, it's a lot more intimidating for them. I'm gonna put the double on here because I think they're kind of used to just jumping over this gate. Let me just have it hooked onto this little fiberglass pole or whatever, and pop that off and open the gate and drive in there to mow. Minorly inconvenient, but whatever. Keep the stupid deer out, at least. I actually thought the trellis was higher than it was, and then, you know, just kind of did a quick throw it up, but if the guy needed to, could put up another run of it up here too. Then at some point, they'll get them trained in enough and the hedge will get a chance to thicken up, or they won't really be able to go through. So, they have all this other space out here. They can